Hi there. So this is Bluebell, the 67 left-hand drive 13 window. Lovely, lovely bus. Really well thought out as far as what she offers inside, and overall the body standard of bodywork is really nice as well. What I always try to do is take you around panel by panel. It's going to be a little bit tight next to the red bus there, but hopefully we can get round, so I can show you, every area that it's good or bad, or if there's any little imperfections. So I always start off with the gutters. I think the gutters are probably the worst area on a van, potentially from a cost point of view. So you can see underneath, absolutely fine. The reason it's the worst area is because if you imagine the bus, let's get to a bit. So if you imagine here, so you've got a little chip there, probably where another roof rack's been on. The gutter isn't just this piece here. If we have to do any work with the gutter, you're talking about the round of the roof, the gutter that goes back in, this piece on the side of the van, and there's an internal strengthener in behind the roof. So effectively you've got 4 bits on a gutter repair. So that's why it can be, costly, and that's why we always go careful to show you properly. Now I'm just getting to the corner there. I'm a big lad, so I don't know. No, I can fit down. Okay. So we'll come from that corner, come round. Again, the odd little chip, or even you can see there's a tiny little touch up there, but it's where there's a chip or something rather than there isn't any rot. So that's what the purpose of this. Couple of little chips there. That's the purpose of me wandering around like this. Now we'll come down onto the front panel, and I'm looking sort of along the bottom here to make sure there's no rust, and then along here. The only thing I would say is just very slightly, you can see that rubber there and a little bit more there. I personally would replace those window rubbers because there isn't any issues, but that's where water could get in and sit. So I would do those as a preventative measure. If we come down the A post, we're looking at the aerial quite a lot, but come down the A post, around the lights, underneath the lights, and then you can see bottom of the panel is all good. There's a little stone chip there. Not worried about stone chips in the slightest. That's part of wear and tear. It's when there's rot is what we look for. And there's a couple of little marks on the bumper there, but again, nothing to be concerned of. If we now come around to the dog leg or the wheel arch, you can see that's all good, and the seam is where it should be. Also along the bottom of the door, you can see how straight the panels are as well by the reflection. It's not a bad old picture, look. But the actual panel is all good. I just spotted that, and that's why I came back to it. And it's greasy fingerprints. So that's the sort of thing that that's what I'm looking for you. If we come up through the top of the door, now I would suggest that this van has had something, there's 2 screw holes there. Can't see them at the bottom. So I'd accept it's had an accessory on there, I would imagine. But it's all fine, it's just there. If I open the door, you can see the dog leg is all good, and the floor evidence I would suggest of welding, because there's it's grey under there instead of white, but absolutely solid, no issues whatsoever. If we come down underneath the door, you can see it's absolutely perfect. So we close that for a moment, and if we look along the sill, you'll notice some people will do this so quickly that you can't take in the quality or any imperfections. Here, for example, there's 1, 2, 3, there's probably half a dozen little chips. But again, if you look how straight the panel is, it's not perfect, but it's pretty good. So that's the sort of thing that I look for. We come up to the window level now, and nothing, this is a pop out, so the first 3 are pop outs, but we haven't got any nasty rot along the bottom. This one's a fixed window at the back, and again, it's all good. If we come down, again, the sorts of things I look for is original seams. It's all there. That white in the seam is polish, where we've polished it. Come round the battery tray level, so roughly this kind of level is where the battery tray is on the inside. So that can cause corrosion at times if there's an issue. There isn't on this bus at all. The rear valance is all good, and then we look along the bottom of the panels, roughly at that lock level, to see if any water has sat in the bottom of the panel and bubbled it, which it hasn't. We look along the bottom of the rear hatch now, and again, sorry, my ugly mug's getting in the picture, but you can see no issues there. Bumpers, that overrider is a little bit misshaped, because if you look there, it's just I would say just a tiny bit leaning back a little bit, but I mean it's there, and it's not really a big issue. To be honest, there's very little difference between the two, but I can see something just a little bit. Again, on this side, no issues with the battery tray level, and I'll walk around the other side in a minute, but over the wheel arch and the sill there is all good, and again you can see the reflection. You know, it's a nice van. We'll just quickly have a look along the back of the rear hatch on the window level. That's all good. And if I open the rear hatch, this is kind of the areas that I always like to show people, because it's not what you can see, it's what you can't see that you want to be looking at, and it's all fine, it's all good. Obviously the interior, you've seen lots of photographs of that on the photographs. If I squeeze, no I won't, what have I got in my back pocket? Oh no, it's alright, it's only a rag. So I'll come down through here. So we'll go on the window level again. You can see there, it's all good, all fine there, all fine there, all fine there. Looks a little bit, no, that's coming off. It's a little bit of wax oil or something. You'll notice if I spot anything, I'll stop. I don't care what I show you. If I spot something, you know, I will show you, is what I'm trying to say. It's a little bit of a scratch there, but up and over the dog leg is all good. Again, that seam is there. I'm down on my hands and knees at the minute, but you can see again the reflection's good. If we then have a look at the dog leg, even things like here and there, the black plugs are for wax oil, so even those are original and in there. There's the bottom of the door, So, and the floor, again, that tape is running speaker cables, but there's definitely, well, the floor is grey, same as it is on the other side, so it's had something, probably a new cab floor, or welding on it, which is good. It means it's solid. If we come down onto this sill, and we come along, again, all perfect, as is the bottom of both cargo doors, moving up through, absolutely fine. So, you know, it really is a lovely van. Well, you can see we have lots and lots of stock. We've probably got about 60 vehicles in stock. We sell them on behalf of the owners, so we've no vested interest in the vehicles. We obviously work on a commission, but we work on a flat rate. So it doesn't matter to me if I sold a van for 10,000 or 100,000, I would earn the same amount. I keep it that way so I can give you a very impartial view. And I would say, genuinely, you know, this one, it's a lovely van. I would be happy to ship it anywhere in the world, and I know that you'd be very pleased. So I'll send this to you, and let me know your thoughts. Thank you very much.